Hey folks, my name is Jürgen, aka Nerd and Proud of It, and Destiny has brought you to my channel today to talk about how unique the unique Sorcery TCG cards actually are. We know, folks, unique is the highest rarity in the Sorcery TCG, and since the Canadians now have their product finally, we should have our product soon as well in the rest of the world. I guess we see a lot of cards pulled, and it's more and more clear that some unique cards, or all unique cards, are definitely very rare, especially the foil ones. I only have one unique card here, and I think that's more than most of us, so I certainly do not complain. But these cards, these unique cards, there are only about 3,500 plus minus some out there in the world. And to be honest, 3,500 is not a lot. If you compare that, I think that is the same as a beta rare from Magic the Gathering, roughly. The alphas are about 1,000, I think beta are about 3, and unlimited are about 11,000 to 15,000, something like that. I have to look it up, but around 3,500 sorcery unique cards out there in the wild once all boxes are opened. And of course, these elite cards, they are rare as well, but they are not as rare as about the 60 unique sorcery cards. So that is, in my opinion, quite interesting to see that even non-foil unique cards are being a bit overlooked at the moment. I see a lot of sales, of course, out there in the market with people trying to get the best price before the big supply hits the market, which is logical, which makes sense. But I think if you find unique cards, even non-foil, then go for it for a fair price, definitely. Because if you want to fill out a set with 60 unique cards in it, then you really will need to buy a couple of them. And depending on how good they are in game, they will demand a higher price, of course, therefore. And still, the ones that are not that good gameplay wise will demand quite a price. If you look at the let's have a look at this other beautiful elite card here. The mix air, I like it a lot. It's cool that I have these cards to illustrate the videos a bit and to talk about the actual cards that are still coming in. If you look at the foil unique cards, there are only 250 of those, so those will be extremely rare. 250 is a very small amount of cards. I think if you want to have a foil set, that will almost be impossible. But every foil unique card, the ice cream van is outside. If you're hearing the bells, we're gonna leave that in, folks. It is what it is. But if you actually hit a foil unique card, I think you can demand quite a hefty price for that. Depending on the card, I have seen them for around 700 to 1,000, I think, out there. And I don't know if that's realistic or not, but people seem to pay it. And I think that's kind of crazy for a game that hasn't proven itself. Has a lot of potential, true. Not wanting to be negative. And there's a lot of hype around it, it seems, because I see it as well. Every time I post something sorcery, the views are going very well, and I think in general the Facebook groups, the Discord groups, everything sorcery is growing very quickly at the moment. But okay, folks, so to recap, if you hit a unique card, foil or non-foil, don't treat the non-foils too lightly when it comes to value. I think these non-foil unique cards with around a print run of around 3,500 are still very rare compared to other chase cards when it comes to modern TCGs. That's not a lot, 3,500 cards in the grand scheme of things. That means that only 3,500 players will be able to collect a non-foil complete set. And then you need to have one of all the 3,500. I don't know if it's 3,700 or something. I think we're estimating about 29,000 boxes, which would come down when you calculate the boosters, 39 boosters per box, and so on, plus minus the boosters that are in the pre-constructed decks. Let's say 3,500 for an even number. It's not a lot. It's half of the current Facebook groups. Like if you have like 1700, 1800 people in the Facebook group and every one of those wants a complete set, the unique cards are half gone. It's really not a lot. And 250 people that can collect the foil set is crazy low. So if you put things in perspective, I think it's very interesting to see how rare these cards actually are. And then still the game has to prove itself. But I think the signs are standing on the positive side of things for the Sorcery TCG at the moment. I'm not quite sure how to express this. I think things are looking very good for the Sorcery TCG. Let's say it like that. Folks, I'm curious what you think about the rarity. If you're hitting a unique non-foil, what would you estimate the price point to be if you hit a unique foil? I think we have seen sales between like 700-800 to, I think even cards are out there sorry, for 1500, 2000, and I don't know if those sell, but people ask it, and they can ask it because yeah, prices are not set yet. But I'm curious what you think. What would be a realistic price for non-foil and for foil? And then give me a little range, because of course, depending on the strength in game of the card, I think the prices will differ a bit. Thanks a lot for listening, folks. That's what I wanted to talk about today. Curious what you think. Let me know in the comments. Stay healthy, stay frosty, have a great weekend, and I talk to you next time. Bye bye.